arrogant college hotshot, treats women cruelly, then gets strung along and played by the same woman in a long game a few years later. So, second semester, junior at a university, through knowing mutual friends, I end up meeting a guy in the library. Immediately I can tell that he is an arrogant player type, and immediately I can tell he thinks I'm attractive and wants my attention. I just move along to go study. Somewhere along the way, it turns out that although we are different majors, we both have heavy science classes. We are both going to be in Orgo 2 and Orgo Lab together. We both also happen to live in the same townhome complex, and one of his roommates is somewhat of a friend. Further, it turns out that he is in a certain athletic club that another somewhat friend is also in. Over time, we end up being in the same study group. We start spending a lot of time together between group, all-nighters, late nights in the library before exams and projects, studying together, getting food together, working out together, and hanging around some of the same people. I see him as the false, arrogant, former fat kid he is, who is pretty much just trying to be a big shot. He works hard and has ambition, and has a very soft side despite being a total prick on the outside oftentimes, so we end up getting close and eventually hooking up. So now, on top of everything else we do together, now we take naps together in between studying and working out. It was distinguishedly adorable and felt really good. But then, wanting to come off as cool to his friends who don't like me because I'm not gossipy, shallow, and into drama popularity like they are, he starts treating me like garbage every now and then. Even just when we are alone, he will look through pictures of girls from school he thinks are hot and is trying to get with. Talk about past flings whose families are rich or who were what he considers to be famous, basically to communicate that he thinks he's too good for me and he's only interested in the next hottest, richest thing that will make him look cool. But his behavior fluctuates, and sometimes he would be very loving and cute, and sometimes he would be a complete ass. He tells me a story about how he was in love with a girl in high school who cheated on him when he went off to military training. Seems like a pity story to try to get sympathy and excuse him from treating me poorly. At the time, I was on my way out of a couple of years of deep depression, and it was a gradual process for me. I knew I wasn't at my brightest, but also that I was in a much better place than a year prior. I communicate that to him. Bro literally responds, "Don't know, don't care," in a mocking tone. From then on, he responds with that exact phrase in a mocking tone regarding how he treats me and makes me feel. Despite the fact that we sleep, study, hang out, spend almost all of our time together. So I stop hooking up with him. We stop talking, I do some pretty cool things in my life and live in different countries. Come back and starts a new career a few years later. I'm mostly happy again, mostly over my depression, and have lots of things going for me. Bro, in the meantime, has not made any of his ambitions come true. He is not the hot shit he tried to come off as constantly in college, has plateaued in life, doesn't seem to have much direction anymore. Now he decided I'm suddenly worth his royal time and attention, and he tries to hit on me and hang out. We start talking a bit and hang out a couple of times, and bro is trying to put the moves on me. He knows we're not in college. He doesn't have dating options anymore, and he is not the hot shit he tried to come off as in school. Seeing what he missed out on, he tries to put the moves on me, and does it by trying to tease me, put me down about how he thinks I am so into him and must miss sleeping together. I simply respond, "Ew, no thanks, you snore." He snores very aggressively like a loud grunting piglet when he sleeps. That small comment must have really hurt his pea-sized ego, because he shot something, cutting back and unfollowed me on social media. LOL. Very satisfyingly, I have to say. And that was my don't know, don't care moment, getting back at someone who had frequently used those words to put me down, sexually objectified me, treated me very coldly, and thought he was too good for me. It was a long game, and it felt so good. All in the honor of that more vulnerable past version of me that he walked on. That is some great revenge story. A thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.